The Twitch Viewbot issue is way more prevalent and destructive for platforms than most people realize. We did some digging and were shocked at the number of top 500 broadcasters that are being viewbotted or viewbotting themselves. We estimate it is around 400 to 430 of the top 500. Twitch doesn't punish anyone for viewbotting because, according to them, we can't know if it's the streamer or someone else. This combines with the adpocalypse I wrote about here some months ago, where I predicted a 40 to 50% ad revenue drop due to Twitch platforming controversial political content. Live streaming will never be taken seriously by major sponsors unless these problems are addressed. Until then, the industry will be a shadow of what it could be.
Twitch, you are really fucked after this. Good everyone. In this video, I wanna revisit the viewbotting issue on Twitch one more time, because in my last video, right, I talked about like the recent updates that may be rolling out in the coming weeks or months where Twitch will finally address those viewbotters, be it from people actually paying for it or, you know, malicious bad actors externally, whichever, you know, they wanna really tackle it and solve it. I mean, they won't do like, you know, a perfect job within a week, but it will take like, you know, some time to get used to and fully fix it. However, now I want to cover a new tweet/article about how bad it really is on Twitch and how hopefully it will be fixed, because otherwise the advertising on there would be fucking abysmal otherwise. You know, for some quick context, right, this is pretty influential guy in the stream community called Devin Nash. He's an influencer, streamer, creator, but you guys probably know him from being the CEO of Counter Logic Gaming, where they play League of Legends as like an esports team. They were pretty big. God bless them. But now more currently, he's working with Novo Branding. He's right. Let me zoom in real quick. There you go. And essentially, you know, they run ads and get deals for influencers, creators, streamers, you know, from like big brands to make them money. However, right, he's in a position where he could like tell like how bad the issue was on Twitch, where most big streamers, they get brand deals, but for the actual advertisers, the conversion rate from audience to consumers is very low. So let me quickly show you know how long this is, his explanation of it. Scroll down. My God. Okay, like people will be like, I'm reading all that, but for this video, I mean tonight, you know, because I'm a loser, I have some time, you know, to read it and fully break it down. So by starting off, he says the live streaming / Twitch viewbot issue is way more prevalent and destructive for platforms than most people realize. It's a difficult problem and no one knows how to fix it yet. When my agency was running ads on Twitch, we noticed a weird problem. Our brand's conversions were worse than the more viewers a stream had. The larger streamers have the least sales. 500 to 1k viewer streams often have the best sales and outperform many 30k view creators. We initially attributed this to diminishing viewer returns, aka not everyone in large streams is invested as core small communities. This is untrue though, because a few large streams that do have authentic viewership overperform on ad campaigns. So it had to be something else. We did some digging and were shocked at the number of top 500 broadcasters, broadcasters, I thought it was funny, that are being viewbotted or viewbotting themselves. We estimated it around 400 to 430 of the top 500, not including embeds. So already, you know, that's concerning. I mean, I knew before like viewbotting was like a big issue on Twitch, but like bro, fucking like 90% or over 95% of people doing it on Twitch, that's worrying. That's really bad. Like bro, like back in the day, like most people would be big by having like, as he said, having like a good core authentic community with people with actual real viewers and not viewbotters, you know. But now I guess that's the only way to like, make it big, by faking it until you make it. That's fucking worrying, my God. And I digress. It is incredibly easy to do. Opened a couple of weeks ago in 2025, you could, okay, this part blew my mind. You could literally open multiple headless browser windows to count as 1+ viewer, and even now you can still count 2 viewers on two separate incognito browsers. Go try it. Twitch finally recently fixed this, so the current strategy is to spin up thousands of proxies through a service like AWS, ironically, and DigitalOcean. Yeah, before in the past, right, I saw like, you know, viewbotters were like fucking like iPhones in China or Russia, like or like in a warehouse, you know, playing the same stream. But I guess now it's that easy, where like some fucking schmuck could get like a laptop or a PC and like, you know, have like the same tab open and open over and over. That's weird. If it's that easy, bro, we're cooked. We're cooked. And like, he explains he already explained before, right? But like, with how accessible it is, it kills brand deals. Like, what's the point of like paying somebody if you know full well most of the fucking viewers, robots. You're paying for like, advertising to a blank wall. Like, they're not gonna buy it because they're fucking nobodies. They're not even real potential customers. So what's the point? Like, it mainly affects like small streamers, like smaller people, right? They rely on those brand deals from from small companies. Big people like Kai Cenat or whoever, right? They're already famous. They can get like Nike, McDonald's, whoever. But for the small people, it's how to like sell the brand or like their identity. Because what's the point? If the companies are worried that it's Viewbotters, so it fucks them over severely. Twitch doesn't punish anyone for viewbotting unless the streamer shows on screen, because according to them, we can know if it's the streamer or someone else. This anecdote was so funny. However, even their own enforcement is selective, with celebrities like Ray J openly admitting in July to viewbotting and getting no punishment. Bro, if that happened, that's really funny actually. I can't even lie, because discovery is non-existent on Twitch, and the platform is a kingmaker system. There's no reason to not viewbot unless you have a moral compass. Wrestling and streaming these days, Viewbots are not only set up by streamers themselves, but also agencies and managers. Yeah, that's what I want to go back to like my previous video, because like I was dogging on Trainwreck for sounding a bit crazy in his tweet. Well, like his explanation was very similar to this, being like, yeah, is it the streamers, someone else, or agencies? I was like, is that true? But like now, like we're having like the same opinion, the same explanation, echoed again by a more credible person. So Trainwrecks, I guess you were right. Fucking hell. This is your full sponsors like me, and you're paying 20 plus K, about $1 to $3 per CCV for viewers that are not there. In 2025, most major brands have already run campaigns with horrible results, and so they and the agencies simply don't advertise on Twitch anymore. The untold story is millions gone from creators and the live streaming platforms themselves because of this. Now he explains, bro, it's so funny as well. Like already there's a big issue, but like I remember fucking like back like 3 months ago or 6 months ago with the fucking apocalypse. Bro, if you're like a small time like fucking streamer on Twitch, like trying to like make like a decent income, I feel so bad for you. Because like now he explains, how bad it really was with like a quick backstory or like a quick explanation. This combines with the apocalypse I wrote about here some months ago, where I predicted a 40 to 50% ad revenue drop due to Twitch platforming controversial political content. Hassan, this ended up being exactly what happened, and this 1-2 combo puts Twitch in a difficult path. I suspect the most prominent viewbotting streamers will be revealed in the coming months, one way or another. It's an open secret in the industry, and some broadcasters know where the bodies are buried. It's only a matter of time before someone blabs. No one will miss these offenders, and they're usually synonymous with pushing scam sponsors and exploiting the viewers in various ways. I feel like it's a pretty big spectrum. On the low end, on the scummy end, is like horrible people who just want the money and the clout, and that's it. On the bigger side, I don't want to slander Lacey, but I have seen some damning evidence that he does viewbot. Like, I love that guy massively, but I feel like he does like a viewbot tiny bit to get those numbers a bit up there. Bro, if you're in the Face Clan, you need those numbers. Otherwise, you're not cool enough for the club. That's why, thankfully, more attention is also recently coming to the matter via folks in the know, such as Trainwreck and Asmongold. Yeah, I guess Trainwreck was right. I already read his tweet, but I'm not sure like what Asmongold said. Because no offense to him, but most of the time he has like a very milquetoast take on most things. Yeah, so this is issue on Twitch, and it's pretty bad. Like, not that in depth, but whatever. I guess he talked about it, which is good. And I would trust the posts and clips on the subject entirely. They know a lot more than people give them credit for. And the fact that they're both on a very small list of people who have made it legitimately pisses them off enough to educate others about it. That's well. Like, if you like were back on Twitch, it was hard to make it, like, authentically, because the platform was very small. And as well, like you said before, the discoverability was dead, and now you're trying to make it's very like morally ambiguous. Like you either like grit your teeth and climb your way, that takes many years, or you do the scummy move and pay viewbotters. So, bro, again, like my point being that on Twitch, it don't even like fucking go on there. It just sucks. Even back then and now, it's a bit more better still, but like even to make it big on Twitch, it's quite difficult. Just saying. If you're concerned with this problem at Twitch, you need to set up manual and effective teams to analyze top Twitch streamers, take down botnets, and issue cease and desist to major providers. You probably can't win the war from an engineering standpoint for a lot of reasons beyond the scope of this thread. Anyone working on the problem at Twitch or Kick, feel free to DM me and help if I can. Oh, it's so sweet. The live streaming platforms aren't incentivized to do the right thing because more views equals more sponsor deals and a better looking platform. But what goes around comes around, and the bill will come due. This exact thing happened in esports when most brands during 2019 to 2021 realized that teams couldn't convert product sales like they claimed. Fast forward to today, and esports is a fraction of its original power and mostly owned by foreign interests and gambling proxies. Yeah, so I trust this guy Devin Nash because I feel like he's been on here for quite a while. Oh my god, 2012? What an old man. I'm joking. That's really mean. I'm sorry, I'm joking. But like, yeah, he owned like a fucking esports team, that play League of Legends, and now he works with like an advertising agency. So I trust this guy way more than, talking about it. I mean, it's like a very simple issue, to talk about viewbotting. But like, bro, if he's saying like, that Twitch is fucked because of this, then like that's really worrying. The people hurt the most by these bad actors are the legitimate creators trying to make it. Yeah, like I said before, if you're one of these people, you're playing a rigged game by trying to funnel new viewers in from live streaming platforms. Okay, bro, this guy, he cooked so good in this section. You should be doing VOD and value creation on YouTube and start doing video and driving those viewers into places like Patreon that offer fair creator splits. Bro, thank you so much. I've been saying that since day one. Being a streamer on Twitch is fucking god awful. If you want to be a streamer, go on YouTube. Like I'm not glazing YouTube, but it's so much better. You can stream on it, you can post clips, you can like post the VODs or cut them down to compilations and make them videos, and you can be discovered so much easier, 10 times easier. Like below YouTube, in my opinion, would be Kick. But actually no, I feel like Twitch and Kick, they're about the same because like they're not that different. Like yeah, on both ways you can post your VODs and stream. That's really it, not that different. But if you're on YouTube, you're gonna make it, much quicker on there than fucking Twitch. As well, even in the long run, you'll make more money because fucking Twitch is a mess non-stop, as evident in the apocalypse, which would fucking gut you like a fish. And to actually finish this once for all, Twitch has invested successfully in a small creator discovery for a decade, and you are on your own. The platform will hobble onward so long as Amazon can justify the profit loss in exchange for its media impact and time to good. You don't need to be caught in that downward spiral by being independent on it. Diversify, multi-stream, and don't be a victim. Live streaming will never be taken seriously by major sponsors unless these problems are addressed. Until then, if ever, the industry will be a shadow of what it could be. Holy dude, there you go. My god, that was fucking massive. Holy shit. I feel like people see streamers like Kai Cenat and they're like, oh my god, I could be big just like him by just working hard by any means possible, and that's it. When in reality, like I said before, it takes more than that. Like, you have to be talented, you have to be hardworking, no shit, but also you have to be insanely lucky. Like, by just staying on Twitch, like not diversifying and expanding, you'll get there, but it'll take so much longer. Like even at all, potentially, it's just so much harder in my opinion. Just saying. Also, I read off the last thing he wrote below, like a minor paragraph or 3 actually. Never mind. I'm getting a lot of messages about our methodology. Here's a little of what we did to detect Viewbots that I'm confident is difficult for the bot service providers to fight us on. Okay, bro, I'm gonna read this part, but I'm gonna be honest, this section will make no sense because I'm not a scientist or engineer or fucking nerd. to be honest. We checked the logged and logged out user ratios on top streams and compared the percentage to streams that we knew on Viewbotting. Well, we put a bot in top 15,000 Twitch streams and scraped that chat list and chat every 3 to 5 minutes. From there, we used OCR to look for obvious common bot messages and the accounts that were sharing them across multiple channels. We also looked for as usernames and compared them to botnet lists that bot service providers typically use. Our conclusion was that the most of the top 500 streams were Viewbotting, with 34% of viewers as blatant bots and another 5 to 50% as embeds. Kind of hilariously, all of the above was overkill, and anyone with 30 minutes and a brain could see who's Viewbotting. The services aren't even trying to hide it, and you constantly see a long list of A41, wait, really? Oh bro, they don't give a shit. Yeah, he's right actually. They better even try. And common pre-gen username strings posting damn, lol, streamer, that's pretty funny actually, across multiple chats. Any agency doing any amount of due diligence will detect this, but none of them do it because it would impact the pass-through from the money they make from sponsors. I know most people don't read this far down, so this post was invested folks and nerds. Enjoy. I mean, I respect shit like this because, you know, it shows like an actual concern for a pretty big issue. I mean, like, bro, like last year, people were calling out Viewbotting more like as a joke, and that's it. But like now, they're all like, yeah, this is a bad issue. That's only gonna get worse if it's not dealt with at all. So again, like, I want to see more from Twitch, you know, and how they handle it. I have some faith in them, but again, you know, it's gonna be like a long battle. Because like I said before, right, Devin Nash is a very hard war to fight from like an engineering standpoint. But like, bro, if they can mitigate it, that would be like the best solution. That would be like the best thing possible from this. Because again, if you read all of that and you're not worried, how? Just how? That's fucking scary, to be honest.
¿Te gusta ver vídeos divertidos de Azul?
And esports is a fraction of the original power and mostly owned